right. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for coming here and giving us your valuable time. We really appreciate it. My aim with this exercise is just to come into a mindful space and just see how art can actually be something which helps us wind down without being under the pressure of making something. All right. So once again, I'm Shubhra. Thank you for being with me today. Let me take you through this presentation on mindful lines very quickly before we get into the exercise actually. This is just a little bit about mindful lines. Mindful lines are actually essentially just lines which we draw while we are being mindful or while we are being present in the moment. So essentially, it helps us calm down and wind down. So very quickly, I'm just going to show. So you don't really have to go into reading it. We might share some of it, but this is just basic information that this is derived from something called Neurographica. And Neurographica is basically an approach which talks about how art can help us wind down. It's a direct thing which connects art to science and brings together a change. So, like the basic unit of a nervous system is a neuron, and neurons are the messengers, between the brain and all the organs. So, Neurographica is a connection. This art actually interestingly looks like neurons, and it's almost like a connection between our brain and our body. So it helps us calm down. Or so they claim. You tell me after the exercise what you felt about it. Just a little bit of background, and you can let me know in the chat if I'm going too fast. But basically, this is just for information. We will quickly get into the exercise. I'm not doing exactly Neurographica. This is a very simple exercise, which is kind of just inspired by Neurographica. Neurographica is something which was discovered in 2014 by Pavel Piskarev, and he believes that it can bring profound changes in patients. So a lot of people use it in therapy. For our purposes, we are just going to have fun with it and explore what it can bring to us. So there can be many benefits to it. I will encourage you at this time to think about something, anything that is on your mind right now, honestly. If there is an issue you have been facing, or if there is even happy or sad, whatever is on your mind right now, it just helps you calm down and it just helps you come to alignment with the present moment. So experts use it to treat many different issues as well. But for our purposes, I am no expert by any count, but I've done this a few times. I've led people through it, and we all had fun. We all felt better than what we were feeling before. And we were able to come to a place which was more joyful. So that's my intention with this exercise. And very quickly, just the materials. Materials are essentially just a white paper and just a Sharpie is enough. I just picked up some crayons as well. And a few, I like drawing circles and I wanted them to look like perfect circles. So I just have a coin and a bottle cap. But even if you don't have those things, that's absolutely fine. So as long as you've showed up here, just enjoy the process. All we need is a pen and paper. A thick black pen works best, but anything is fine. Okay, these are some of the examples. Some of my students drew this. This is from different age groups. And as you can see, they look very different. So the fun part about this art is everybody's art is going to be very unique. And if everyone was to make this art, say every hour of the day, it will still look very unique and different because it is coming from your present moment, whatever you are thinking at that time, however you're feeling. And if you come to alignment with it, if you just, to put it simply, if you just take a pen and paper and draw your feelings in a certain way, it looks like a neurographic art. And it can be any things, but I will just guide you through a very basic of just a few rules of the art, and the rest is you can create your own. So Very quickly, I'm going to stop sharing this. So just a plain sheet of paper. And I would encourage you to, at this time, if you have your paper and your pen with me, with you, just keep it down. And right now, just watch. So I'll just guide you through a simple process of what I'm going to go through. So for example, right now, say I'm anxious about, okay, how is this presentation going to go? Is everybody going to love it? Are they going to not like it? Blah, blah, blah. So I have that on my mind. Probably it's true, but let's assume it's that's what exactly is going through. So I would like to calm down so I am able to present to you in my best possible way. So I'm going to think about it. I may write it down on the back of my paper. Okay, I want to feel very confident and very calm right now. So that's my objective. Or if I'm feeling a certain way, like if my, it could be a physical thing. If I hurt my ankle and it is hurting, and I want to not focus on my, the pain is going to be there, but I'm not going to be making it my whole focus that I'm only thinking about the pain in my ankle. So I can write down that there is this pain in my ankle right now, and I would like to be in a space where I'm not constantly thinking about that pain. So I can write it down on the back side of my paper if I want. And a lot of people do a lot of neurographic art, so it's easier for them to see when they did it. Otherwise, I'm just going to just turn around the paper. Now, this step is the most important one because here we'll be making some lines. The neurographic line, it's a simple organic line. So basically, you don't have to draw it straight. You don't have to draw it in any particular way. You can start from anywhere. The important thing is it's very loopy. The more loopy you make it, the better it is, and then you can go back. So it's like a river that flows. So it's going to start from one end of the paper, and it's going to not stop in between. It's going to go all the way and get out of the paper. So let me just show you. So I'm going to draw a big. I have my Sharpie, and I could make any number of these loops. So I decided I can't stop. So this is my neurographic line for right now. And then since, so just as we make these lines, we'll try to keep it interesting by making some lines thinner and some lines thicker. And it helps because, like, for example, if you can see, this was not a very nice loop. I would like it to be more smooth. So I'm going to make it, just go over it and just make it very, very smooth the way I like it. So there you can go over your lines. You can make some lines thicker. You can make some lines thinner. That's absolutely fine. And if you are getting worried about this, let me tell you, it's like nothing to worry about. Very, very easy. So any loopy line is the first step that we will do. And then we can also draw. I'm just going to guide you through 3 steps and then we'll come back and do more. So as a design, I think I need to add some more lines. So I can add one more line and intersect it gently, and that can go out too. Now I can just have 2 lines if I want, or you can add any more. So for the purpose of our exercise today, I'm just keeping it this much. So this is my loopy lines. And before I came here, I was just trying one more. This is another one that I was doing, and here I've just gone ahead and added a few shapes as well. So we will come back to this. And for now, I just want you to just take your paper out and just think about, just be mindful of what you're thinking right now. And if you're not thinking anything in particular, you're just here to relax and enjoy, and that's fine, absolutely too. So in that case, you just go with the flow. You just go with whatever feeling is coming, and you just you pick up your pen and you just go in big loops, and don't stop till you have gone all the way across the paper. It could be up, down, from the left. I'm a lefty. People also try to draw from their less dominant hand, so the line is more natural, but it's absolutely fine to do either way. Okay, so I'm going to encourage you. We can just get some music started while I do that. So,
Shubhra, you want to take any questions right now?
oh yes, that's true. If anybody has any questions before we get started, you can. I can't see the screen, but yes, please go ahead. Our objective here is to just chill and have fun and just enjoy the process. Yes, Nilofer.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Nilofer.
You mentioned that the line from one side to the other, but can it be from one corner to the other?
Yes, it could be from one corner to the other corner. We try to, so just the previous example, I started from this one and came here. I could have come down, but we try not to be exactly at the corner because the next steps that follow, we are going to round off these lines. So we try that we are not exactly going. These are organic, so you just go with the flow and start from one end and end to the other. But avoid, I would say, avoid the corner.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Anyone else?
And they have to go right to the one from one end to the other end, right? Like they should not.
Yeah. Think of it more like a river. So these, we are trying to mimic neurons. Neurons are they're going everywhere in our body and carrying messages. So essentially, when we are drawing this, we are thinking, what Piskarev believes that, these are like, so anything that we do in our daily life is just all these messages that neurons are giving. And it over time, it's a repetitive pattern. Get up, brush your teeth, do this, do that. So we're just doing a lot of things automatically. These are our neural patterns. So we're trying to mimic our neural patterns very mindfully. And he believed that you can even change any of the repetitive patterns in your life or any limited beliefs that are not serving you. That's why these have to be in a flow, just like neurons are in a flow, and you're trying to make the flow more streamlined, more like smooth, so that you can achieve the same thing in your life. Now, I cannot guarantee what what changes it will bring about, but in my experience, it definitely brings about a lot of calm. So we try to make our lines, we just go with the flow. It's like, so actually, good idea. I'm just going to give you like, once you're there, take just 3 or 4 seconds to draw your first line. Just like, okay, let me pick it up. Let me just go ahead and whatever is coming to me, going up, down. So here I started from here and went down on the page, if you can see this. So no rights or wrongs. We just try to see that we keep a little bit of balance on our page. So now I made one line and I feel like there's nothing here. So I may just, so after you've drawn your first line, you may go ahead and draw one more. And again, you can go out of the paper like that. Now this created a lot of loops. So if you are here, let me know. And then you can actually, if you want to have it, okay, Veena has a question. Hi, Veena. Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
hi. Does it have to be from left to right only? Does it
No,
have to be
no,
only?
no. Good question. I am a lefty. I think I do most of the things left to right, and the world is the other way around usually. Feel free to do any which way. Just
Anything? Yeah.
don't stop in between. That's all. Just go from one
So
side to the other side.
not disjointed.
Yeah. Just one line has, so don't lift your pen while you're going. So you can just go, start from one end and just, get out of the paper while you're doing this.
Okay.
Just like a river.
Okay.
Just like a river.
Done. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So,
Shubhra, more loops, less loops is also optional, right? Like we can do as many as
yes, absolutely. For if we want to keep it simple for the first, if you're doing it for the first time, probably less loops is a good idea, because you'll see we will I'll ask you if you're done till here, and then I'll show you, or I can go ahead. But we will be rounding off any of the intersections. So the more intersections you make, the drawing looks more interesting, but it also takes more time. So once you're done with this exercise today, you can, come back to me to ask questions if you have, but you will be able to do it anytime you want. And you can then go with the flow, and depending on the amount of time you have, you can go ahead and make more loops also on the feelings. But yeah, at least a few loops and few shapes is what we are going to start with. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing here for a second, and I'll go start some music. And is everyone clear? I don't know if you can do a thumbs up or something to let me know. Yep. Okay. All right. Shall we go ahead then? Okay. Thank you.
Shubhra, we can't hear it. I think you have to.
Can't hear it?
Yeah, now we can a little bit. Did you do computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can.
Now you can? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, please feel free to let me know. Once you have made one loopy line, you can make just one more. And I'm now going to just smoothing. I'm just smoothing it right now. Once you have made the line, you can try to make it smooth and keep it interesting by it being thick some places and thin some places. It's up to you. Shall I move ahead and show you the next step? Yep. All right. So if everyone has their lines, one or two, this one or this one. So I made two lines here, and I've just made them thicker wherever I thought that they were not very smooth. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make any of these intersections that you see. They're like across, like V shapes, big V. I'm going to change them into U shapes. Is anybody asking something? No? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and change them into U shape. So instead of the V that it is, I'm going to make it U, and I'm going to fill this up. This is essentially what is going to make it start looking like neurons soon. So I'm going to keep making it U shapes. So this is one. Now, one good thing to do is just start from wherever, so that we don't miss out. We can start. Oh, I didn't do a right thing here, but I could have started from here, like from where my design is beginning, and make this into the V shape into a U shape just by rounding off all the corners. And in this process, if I feel like, okay, my line is not smooth enough, I can add a little bit more and I can make it smoother. So this is how it looks like. So moving on, first, second, and now I see the intersection is here. So at this time, I encourage you to see where in your drawing you have intersections. Feel free to raise your hand if you're having any issues. But essentially all I'm doing is making sure that my lines are really smooth. There are no pointy things. Everything, anywhere they are intersecting. Now again, if I start from here, 1, 2, 3, and then coming back here, they are intersecting. So I'm going to round that off. Everything round and fill it up. Okay. Similarly, I could, so you can go around and slowly keep rounding them off. And take your time. If you just made a line which is not intersecting, feel free to draw another line which intersects. And just simply round it off. So for the purpose of my drawing, right now, if you can see, I have nothing which is intersecting. Everything has been rounded off. The lines look smooth to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you the next step. If you haven't finished this, no problem. So I have a bottle cap here. You can draw anything. So for this purpose now, after the lines, the river lines, sort of edge lines are done, we are going to add some shapes. The shapes can be geometric, they can be organic, any shapes you want. I like adding the circles. These shapes have to start and finish on the paper. Unlike the lines which go away from the paper, they're like river lines which come and go. These shapes, a smaller shape, let's try a smaller shape. They have to be intersecting these lines and they have to be complete on the paper. So I may just make an organic circle just by freehand drawing. The only thing about these is they have to be on the paper. So I'm going to add one more here. If you are not at this step yet, that's absolutely fine. I'm trying to go ahead and show you what to do once you are done with rounding off. And ta-da, now I have created more intersections. So I will go back to smoothing out these intersections as well. We are just simply making anything that is a sharp end into a curvy end, changing all our V's into U's. And again, wherever there are two lines intersecting. So it's good to follow a pattern. If you go from one side of your paper to the other side of the paper, chances are you won't miss out on anything. So simple. And I'm going to now with that start some music. So take your time to do this. You can add any number of shapes and I might add some more as well. So feel free to do that. If you have any questions, then you can.
Yes, Shubhra, I lost you. Where do you add the circles? I missed
You
you
can,
there.
okay, you can add
I
the
mean, just
circles
anywhere or anywhere specific.
anywhere where they are intersecting with your lines. The only condition is the circle
ye
is
wala?
touching your line.
Okay, okay.
So just say this is here, one circle, the other circle. Now here I can add one more on this side. You can add any
Okay,
number of circles.
any number of circles. Okay.
Yes, 2 to 3 is what is good. But overall, I want you to see your drawing and see like what you feel like. Do you feel like, okay, this is very empty here, maybe I should add something? The only condition is I'm not going to add anything just like that. I want something intersecting.
Okay, so not on plain paper.
Sorry?
Not on plain paper. Not in the plain area.
No, you can add, yeah, you can, yeah. If you do, then you can make one more line.
Then make a loop again. Okay.
Make
okay.
a loop again, yes. If you have added a circle which is not touching anything, actually, let me do that. I could, okay, so I added a circle here. Or a circular shape it became, but and now it's not touching anything. So I am just going to draw one more line intersecting this, and that line can again go out of the paper like that. So
Okay,
just
that
added
makes
one
it
more.
more use. That makes that more use then.
Sorry?
You make more use then.
Yeah,
The more
that is
intention,
true.
the
You
more
got
you.
it. The
Oh.
it's so people like making it. It's a process that you can enjoy for hours. So depending on how much time you have, you can keep doing it. But the trick
Okay.
is that every time you add anything, you are going to go back to
Make
the
more
first
use.
step, rounding off.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome. So
Shubhra
now,
Offer has a question on chat.
yes, let me go see the chat. Um, okay. Instead of, yeah, absolutely. Good, very nice question, Nilofer. As I said, you can add any geometric shapes. You can add triangles and rectangles. So you can totally add any geometric shapes. So the first step is the lines which go across the paper, and the second step is the geometric shapes. They can be any geometric shapes, and you just have to still round them off. It might be, yeah, it's completely fine to add any shapes. You can also add like free shapes. Just say, maybe I'll just make this shape. I just added a shape. It's kind of like a triangle. It's freehand, so it's not a perfect triangle, and that's absolutely fine too. But the only thing is I need to round off anything that is touching this one. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go back to the music. You can see me doing it, and go ahead and just, let it flow. Just enjoy whatever is coming. I'm going to stop sharing and start music, come back.
Shubhra, there's another question. Can we use different colors for lines and shapes?
So you can in Neurographica use any colors and shape. For right now, we are just
Call has come.
any one color to make
क्या
all
call?
of these is good.
Meeting is over.
Is good, or any other dark marker you may have is good. And then we will be adding some colors. That's optional. So you could use any colors to add later, but I would say for the purpose, let's just do one color. So suppose you don't have a black marker, you have a red marker, then do the entire thing in the red marker. Okay? Just to keep it simple. Later on, if you want to experiment, you can definitely do that. So let's keep rounding off. Now that I added so many shapes, I'm going to round them off. There's no pressure for your art to look like any other person. So that's the freeing quality of this, that it's going to be very unique to you. It's going to look very nice. You can keep the lines interesting by making them thicker or leaving them thinner. And as we make these corners rounded, just think of whatever, if you at all started with something on your mind, then think that that is getting resolved. That's getting, you're smoothing all the hurdles in the path of whatever it is that you wanted to achieve. Or if you just wanted to feel happy, then just let this flow very gently. I hope you're enjoying it.
I'm having fun.
Thank you. Okay, so now that I added so many circles, I have a lot more rounding to do. So just keep moving on your page and see if you missed out, like I missed out on this one. And then go ahead and everything has to be a U. I hope you're liking what you are drawing so far. And at this stage, of course, you're still in the drawing stage. You may add anything if you still feel like it needs something else, either a free shape or even a line. Same principles. Okay, so I'm almost done. You can take your time, no problem. Okay. So I feel, oh, uh-oh, I forgot this corner here. Okay. See? So it's a good idea to just observe your drawing for a bit once you're done. Making sure that it's smooth flowing. There are no obstacles in the path of any of the lines that we have created. With the mindful intention that we are smoothing, any obstacles in our path in general, and our lives are smooth flowing. That's the symbol. Okay. And if at this time, of course, you can keep adding to your drawing or keep making the lines thicker, thinner. I don't know how to make lines thinner, but you can make them thinner, thicker if you want. If you want to make a thinner line, then you just have to add one. Okay.
Shubhra, you want to post the steps we've done so far in the chat for anyone who's not caught up completely?
Yes. So here is a slide which just details the process of what we were just doing. And just big loopy lines that go from edges to edges, and rounding off any corners by making the V's into U's and filling in so that it look like that. So now I'll move on to the next step, and I will go on to my camera and show you any colors that you want to add. You can add at this stage. I think I'll I can share the slide with you later also. So just in case you have any. Okay. Oh, I see that I stopped my screen. So, all right. So if you are here, you have made your lines and you have rounded the lines. You've added some geometric shapes and you are able to round them as well. Then just go over your lines and just make sure if you if all these lines are moving in a way where nothing stops them, they just go organically and then just go flow out of the paper. And it's okay to just add more if you want to. So for a very quick moment, I feel like there's not much here, so I'm going to add one more shape. The only thing is round it off.
Bro, my drawing has become as complicated as my life.
Let's streamline it. Let's round off all the corners. This is an indication that you may want to do some more classes with me. So,
Ah, private sessions.
private sessions, or we will be doing some more free sessions as well. I mean, I'm sure everybody who wanted to couldn't join us today. So in a few months maybe we can offer one more. And even if you did it this time, you will have a comparison how your life improved. Disclaimer, all that is just for fun. So yeah, as long as you're having fun, it's all good. 1 hour of fun. And in the process, if you feel calm, then why not? Okay. So I'm going to just add a few colors and just very quickly, and I'm go back to music. But very quickly, any colors are fine. You can even choose to just pick up anything that comes, like close your eyes, like okay, whatever color is coming. And then the only thing is I'm going to just fill one. So now essentially we have created these boxes, like the smooth boxes. So you can just, and I'm using my, 7-year-old's color box. Anything you can find is fine. Doesn't have to be any particular. People can use watercolors if they want to. In that case, I would recommend taping your paper down so it doesn't move. But right now it's like taping will give you clear edges in case you're using watercolor. For the dry colors that I'm using, it's absolutely fine. There is no rule, but I would say for the purpose of keeping your drawing interesting, if you are introducing a color, try to do that color across the page, not necessarily next to each other, even though there's no rule against it. But say, for example, I'm doing this one yellow, then maybe I can do this one yellow. And then next I could do this one yellow. This is, you don't have to do it beforehand, just for, my purposes, I'm just doing it. So, and then feel free to finish them and move on to any. I would recommend using at least 2 to 3 colors. And if you like using more, there is no rule against it. You can feel free to use that. I'm going to stop sharing, start music, come back because I haven't figured out how to do both together. So excuse me. So you can keep it simple and leave some of them blank as well. If you started coloring, doesn't mean that you necessarily have to color all of it. If you want, you can do some shading, darker and lighter. Totally whatever is coming to you, if you want to. We don't have to necessarily do anything, but it's just showing you that if you wanted, you could use two colors as well. You can blend in anything together. Once again, very simply, I'm doing it. It's not necessary, just a choice. If you feel like adding another shade, you can. If by any chance you're not color, don't have anything, you just have a pencil to shade, or you can do that as well. That way, I love this art. It's not, it doesn't put any pressure. There is no, apart from just a couple of rules, there's nothing that is necessarily essential. You can do anything. All right. So just may add a couple of more colors, and then I'm feeling good about it. So I hope you're with me and enjoying the process. You can color everything if you have the time and if you would like to. Otherwise, you can just leave some shapes blank. We are pretty much done with the process. Renuka has asked a question in the chat. And yeah, so here it is. I feel pretty complete with this. And as long as you want, you can spend more time on it. I just want to show one more thing. If you want, like my blank spaces, I would like to add some more shapes. So I can just add some more free shapes here. They are complete. And I can just, color them with the same black ink. I don't have to necessarily. And again, to just clarify, they could be triangular shape as long as they are not sharp. We're just trying to smooth out anything. So they can be ovals. Just go with the flow. So this is how mine looks like. Okay, so with that, I think I want to go back. I want to stop sharing and hear from you all.
So Shubhra, I quickly wanted to ask the question.
Yes, go ahead.
The other blank spaces, so we filled in the loops basically, right?
Yeah,
But there are the other blank spaces, so we just leave them like that.
you can leave them like that. Now, I think I've stopped sharing. Let me go back one more time and show you mine. Okay. I'm just going to show you mine one more time. Yeah. So I have some spaces which are blank, some spaces where I didn't want to add color. I just wanted to add some more shapes. So I added them. They're complete and colored. And then the main thing is I don't have anything, I hope so. Like I'm observing that I don't have anything which is pointy. I have everything rounded off. First thing, my lines, they're organic, loopy, and they are rounded off. Then after the 2-3 lines, any of the circular shapes, triangular shapes, whatever shapes we added, and they are also rounded off. And then somewhere we can add color and somewhere we can leave it. We can even add color like everywhere. Or even if you have something like this with no color, as long as it's rounded off, as long as it's smooth, then you're good. So smooth flowing. And I encourage you to you can revisit this exercise on your own. I will share these basics. We'll try to share some snippets from the presentation as well. As long as we're just rounding off all the corners, just have some calm music and a good idea if something is bothering us rather than sometimes they say techniques are that if you're angry, take it out on the paper. I would say if you are feeling any which way that you want to feel calmer, you can do this exercise. even not this big paper, you can small paper, just draw a few lines real quick and round them off. So just the process of taking out whatever is in your heart or mind or on the conscious and moving to the subconscious. It's just enjoying the process with some music. Here I have to talk a lot, so generally in the sessions we just explain once, and it's hard for me over Zoom a bit to understand that, and I can't see what you guys are actually doing. So, but in general, just you don't need anyone, just some music and just some rounding off. So you can leave your drawing as it is. You can add more shapes to it as long as they're round, even if they're not filled up, it's fine. Rounded, not necessarily round. So anything is fine. This is absolutely okay. Whatever, from an artistic point of view, if you made something, I always like whatever I make, so I might be different, but I mean, I'm generally, until I'm happy with it, I'll just keep adding something. So no rights or wrong. Sometimes if you're reflecting on something which made you angry and you really don't want to, look at it again, but just make sure that it's out of your system, it's all good, it's smooth. So any situation you're in, hopefully this helps you. So with that, I think I would love to see whichever stage you're at, and if you want to, very quickly like show us. Oh, nice. Hold on, let me see how.
Shubhra, there's a question. Sanjeev has a question in chat. And yeah, maybe Shubhra, stop sharing.
Oh, yeah.
Thing, then I can.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing and then take questions and talk about it a bit.
Yeah, I would love to see everyone's. If you
Yes.
can come on video now, go. Yeah, and you can.
Yeah, everybody can just show their, we would love to see. How do I see everyone?
Oh, so pretty.
How are you seeing this? I can't.
Oh, go to gallery. Go to gallery.
Okay. Can you spotlight the gallery for me?
No, I can spotlight one person. Gallery, if you click on gallery, it should be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe I'll stop recording as well now, right? Or let me hold on. It's
Just if you guys don't want to show your faces, also it's fine. You can just, ta-da.
Yeah.
Hold your paper in front of you, and then that way we can see you. We can see your art. I think you are spotlighted for me, Smita, right?
No, I removed you, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to what was Sanjeev's question. I lost the window. What's the significance of rounding off? Well, the significance of rounding off is like, how in general you say that you want a path which is smooth, there are no hurdles, there are no obstacles. So the significance of rounding off is, if I was angry and if I just drew that scribble, and then I'm taking time to mindfully just smooth it out, just, it's believed that your neurons are following this path. So you are just smoothening that path. You're just making the path easy to follow and without any hurdles, without any obstacles. So it's just a mindful exercise. Suppose there is a limited belief that I have that, okay, I have never presented to so many people, I can't do it. And then I'm thinking about it. So rather than, getting worried and anxious about it, maybe I want to come and do this exercise and then just draw like I'm anxious, and then take time to smooth down that the energy around me being anxious or tensed, and just come to a place where I finally feel that, oh, I'm not anxious anymore, I feel calm and centered. This is a good exercise for any age group, for any issue, just for fun. Even if you're just doing it, it definitely helps to calm down. I'm just going to
Thank you, Shubhra.
go and show. I think I had a page on. Okay, are you able to see my screen or no, not right now?
No, not yet.
Okay, just give me a second. Are you able to see my screen now? No, I guess not. Again, I'm trying to share it, but I don't know. Well, essentially, what I wanted to just say was that it can be Neurographica. Particularly, I've just I just got inspired to make this through Neurographica. Neurographica is actually used by in art therapy a lot, and there you can deal with specific issues like any kind of issues, depressions, anxiety, even like a diagnosis, medical diagnosis that you want to come to terms with, and go from a place where you feel that you're comfortable with whatever is coming, whatever is life is throwing at you. So just let me quickly share screen one more time to show you the. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So very quickly, I don't have so many things. Basically, you can go ahead and practice on your own, or you can get in touch with somebody who is a licensed practitioner to help you through your issues. It has been scientifically proven that it helps because it connects this subconscious mind to the conscious mind. And it's like not only a fun exercise, but it's being mindful. You just need some alone time, some music, a pen and a paper. And you don't even need that big a paper, depending on if you have less time and you want to just quickly scribble, you can just have a post-it note, just draw a few lines. So just basic principles once again. Few lines which are organic, loopy, and then they intersect, and geometric shape, yes or no, if you have time. And then the most important thing is we are smoothing any hurdles that we are facing right now, either actually, or just in terms of feeling like anxiety, depression, any kind of issues, or a physical pain as well. Like if my ankle is paining and I just don't want to focus on it, I'm actually focusing throughout on my pain and I want to distract myself. So meditation and everything is a good idea, but in my personal opinion, and since I like art, it makes me more calm if I'm using my hands to do something, if I'm focused on something other than focusing on my thoughts in my mind. So my energy, my everything is going, and music just helps because it can align our thoughts, and it just can facilitate. But I'm just saying, if you're in a setting where you do not have any music, when you do not have any time, you have 5 minutes and just a pen and paper, you can still try to do it. The key, I would say, is just round off any um, pointy things. Just assume that you are creating a smooth path for yourself wherever you are in life. So that's my intention, that it helped us learn like something, a small tool which you don't need anyone for, and can be very calming. I'm gonna that's it. So you know how to keep in touch with us. And I also teach art, like not a healing art, but general art. So that's you can reach out to me that way as well. And thank you very much. And I would love to hear from some of you. I think that would be my key thing here now.
I think Nilofer has her hand up. Go ahead, Nilofer.
Yeah, thanks, Shubhra. This was really very nice. I just wanted to know a little more about, you said that, you can change your beliefs and patterns.
Yeah.
So can you throw light on that? It's very interesting.
Yeah, so this in 2014, when this Pavel Piskarev discovered this method. He's a doctor and he wanted to treat his patients, and he came across this thing where the patients may have a belief, like they can even have a fear of, say, for example, maybe a height, that okay, whenever or I have a belief that I cannot drive, I just get very panicked towards. Now there's something underlying, might be whatever, there's some underlying condition, something that has triggered that belief, right? Or it could be that you were told as a child something and then you believe that I'm not good enough. So those are the limiting beliefs. They are the ones that in the subconscious they are sitting there, that I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I am going to fail miserably if I try. So that belief, when you come to a center and this is for it to change, for meaningful change to happen, it may take a long time. It may take expert to guide you through it, but it happens, and they've scientifically proven this, that their patients actually improved a lot after this, like again and again and again. Obviously, the willingness to change is an important factor here. And then that's why I said the experts can help their patients believe that, just try this exercise, not with a lot of pressure, just with an open mind. And anything that you believe cannot be achieved, and if you draw on it, and then there are many detailed neurographic drawings that they do. So they will draw something like else in the drawing, you portray everything that is going through, and then you are able to open the doors to whatever it is that is blocking your way.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else would like to share or ask, or we could like spotlight whoever wants to just, show their. You come to an end. So this is, thank you if you're still here. And I would love to.
Shubhra, can I quickly add something?
Yes, Atima, go ahead.
Shubhra, firstly, thank you so much. I have to tell you that this is really, really helpful. In the last 2 days, I've had some news around my friends falling severely sick. So yeah, I wasn't feeling very comfortable, but it really helped me. I'm going to show you what I've done. I'm still scribbling on it, but
Oh,
yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. Wow, Atima, that's very artistic. I love it. Did you use
Thank
markers
you.
for it?
I did, because
Yeah, it's beautiful.
but thank you so much. And I think it really helps. And I think that idea of rounding off things, I think that was something that is very conceptual and can be actually taken back to the real life. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Atima. I'm so glad it helped. And the beautiful drawing got created in the process.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would love to hear from you, please, if you are still here and you would love to show.
Hi, Shubhra. I'm Surbi. In New Jersey. This is my drawing.
Okay. Yeah, beautiful. Very nice. I love it, Shubhra.
So I have a virtual private practice myself. So I do a lot of, as a therapist, I do a lot of mindfulness activities, a lot of art therapy with a lot of my clients. So I'm excited to, use this in some sessions this week and tell them to follow your account. I just posted online, so hopefully you get more followers, because I think you're doing an amazing thing. And I think it's an awesome way to start your Sunday. So I feel very relaxed. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Surabhi. I'm glad you could join us. This is for my random Facebook postings and, for people I don't know. So I'm really glad you're here. Thank you. And I'm glad you really enjoyed yourself. Thank you for being here. And we will be doing more sessions on Mindful Lines, maybe some other time, but we will be doing, bringing more sessions to you in these different holistic healing fields. And we hope that you will benefit from them. These will be all lighthearted, and my main purpose in life is to have fun. So we'll follow that guidance. Anyone else? We would love to see your. Please feel free to share. And just hang on for a few more minutes in case somebody else wants to see. Thanks, Nilofer. Nilofer says, lovely session. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that.
So this is what I made, Shubhra.
Oh,
and
great.
I have done this with you before once, and this time is completely different somehow.
Yeah.
I didn't even actually remember all the instructions from last time, so it helped me that you reminded me, and how you took it through us again. I felt like certain areas of my life maybe need some filling up. Like, it's kind of like some areas felt very blank. Like only some areas of my life I focus on, and everything else there doesn't seem to be much happening. So I just added the round dots and things that you said. So I was like, okay, that's maybe a way of
Yeah.
directing me that, there are some areas that, I could work more on, focus on, and
That
nourish more.
looks
Yeah,
like
thank you for
lights to
this.
me. Looks like, you know how you put during holidays you put lighting on top, like it's shining, I guess.
Kind of like that.
That's my interpretation on it. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
sharing, Puneet.